Welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So it's that time again. It's time for your monthly Tarotscope readings for September 2022 for your North Node by sign and house. Now, if you're new to the channel, the reason I use your North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant is it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path, what you're here to learn and experience. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life and makes for much more accurate readings. So I'm going to connect to the energies and then we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for September 2022 for everybody with their North Node in Libra and or the 7th house. And while I'm shuffling, I want to invite you to relax, take some deep breaths. If you can, close your eyes, just kind of open up your energy field and your heart and to receiving any information that's going to be most relevant for your soul path. So North Node in Libra and or the 7th house. Okay, the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and this side is the 16th of the month to the end. Now, your theme card this month is the reversed 10 of Swords. And what I'm feeling for you North Nodes in Libra or the 7th house is I feel like there's something that a lot of you are starting to leave behind and heal from. Some very painful things from your past and also from your present, it could be for some of you. Some very painful things that I feel like a lot of you are moving on from. There's a few of you that may still be holding on to some of these emotional wounds, but I feel for the most part you're all like working through it, albeit at maybe different time frames. Okay, and your timeline cards for the first half of the month are the Four of Swords, the Hierophant reversed, and the Ace of Wands. And what I'm thinking for this first half of the month is a lot of you are starting to realize that maybe beliefs that you held about yourself, about people around you, beliefs that you've held about maybe the world and different things, you're starting to see where it might need adjustment. Like I feel like you're opening up and changing, possibly seeing where you have maybe gone wrong in different situations. Okay, and the reason that that's coming about is this Four of Swords is there seems to be for a lot of you, because I know some people that have this placement where in the last couple of years you've had a lot of time to do some like deep reflection with this Four of Swords, like just thinking about things and like processing things. Now, I do feel that there is a small minority of you people that could be listening, okay, people that have this placement that might be having trouble moving on, or thinking or not seeing the part that you might have played in the way that these situations have played out. And for the most part, I really think it's relationship situations. I mean, this is what you're moving toward, Libra, the seventh house. Um, and so anyway, but if that's the case, if there's still sticky situations in your life or things that you haven't been able to process or whatever, take some time to really to reevaluate. I mean, here we are, beginning of September, just creeping up on the next Mercury retrograde. And, it's a time for all of the RE words: reflection, um, uh, recreation, any of the, re's in your life. Okay. So, but the reflection part, I think, is going to be really important, for you. Now, what I see is those of you that have really kind of been able to say, okay, I'm seeing what has happened clearly. I'm seeing my part in it. And with this reversed Hierophant, I'm making adjustments into the way I thought about things and about these situations and about my life. And you're making the necessary adjustments and changes. I feel like with this Ace of Wands, this could give you a whole, like, I'm feeling this like influx of really good energy, in your life. And I feel like wherever you're at on this particular path, whether you're farther ahead or whether you're still trying to, reflect on what has happened, the Ace of Wands, I'm also feeling for a lot of you, is the courage, not only the energy, but the courage to really look and evaluate your life, like, very honestly, having the courage to look at it from an honest, frame. But in any case, I feel like this first half, there's a lot of reflection going on. Now, this could happen in dreams. It could happen with just like maybe, seeing some, reading something, hearing a song, and it's going to bring you back to this reflection about thinking about things, thinking about certain people and certain situations. And that's where that reflection is going to come in. So that's what this first 2 weeks is. It's about really reflecting on things. Now, your two advice cards, you have the reversed Sun and you've got the Five of Pentacles. And what I'm seeing is that this is again that where I'm saying the kind of sticky situation where some of you might have a hard time in fully accepting or seeing things correctly when you're reflecting. And it's because it's like that Aries or first house south node. It could keep you in, it could have the ability to keep you into old patterns. But I don't feel like that's for everybody. The Sun card reversed, as I always say, okay, the Sun is one of those cards that is positive, also reversed, but it's more of a delayed or could be like a blocked energy. But the Sun wants to rise, it wants to come upright. And the Five of Pentacles, this is kind of like, realizing there's two people in on this card here, and one is looking toward the beautiful building. It looks maybe like a church or some religious temple that's warm inside, and there's snow out here. This person is looking toward that, like, maybe I can go in, and the person is in crutches and looks like it's he looks like he's wounded, and this person here is just walking right by. Essentially, what you're learning is that people and relationships in your life are extremely valuable. Okay, you don't want to go through life trying to shoulder the burden of doing everything on your own, being so independent, where it's good for you in this lifetime to rely on others, to work with others, and that's what this card is saying. Is saying, like, don't walk by that help and those relationships that could be very, very beneficial to your life. But walk into them and kind of cherish them. And I feel a lot of you will do that. You're starting to realize the importance of, the people and relationships, in your life, and trying to heal what you can. The other thing about this, one more quick thing, is when I say the delayed energy, there are some times in life where relationships go a certain route, and I'm sorry to say they cannot be healed. Meaning that they can be healed, but not in the sense to where everything goes back to what it was. It's like a rewind where the person or people that were in this situation with you are going to completely forgive you, or, you can't. There's some things that are just sometimes you go down a certain road and it is what it is, but it can still be healed in the sense to where if you make peace with it and say, you know what, okay, this was my bad. And just really see things for what it is, or it could be the other person's bad, but really seeing it for what it truly is. That's the learning experience. So healing things in all of our relationships doesn't necessarily mean that they will go back to what they once were. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's okay as long as it was, a learning experience where you learned, okay, you know what? I'm not going to go down that road again. So that's what this is. This is about reflection for you this first half, okay? Really important. And it's going to be triggered in different ways, which is, really, really positive. It could even come in dreams. Now, the second half of the month, your timeline cards are the reversed Six of Wands. You've got the Hermit, and you've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So there is a situation this second half of the month where, in order for you to become the Hermit, which is the wise person, it's going to be a situation where it's going to seem like you're taking a loss. Okay, so let me explain this. This is really important. So the reversed Six of Wands, sometimes, we could see a situation and you're like, I'm not coming ahead in this. I'm not gaining victory or winning in this. But if you look at it deeper, at a deeper level, you'll realize by taking the road that seems to not have you be the winner and, gain victory, by going down that road, because you see the wisdom in taking a road of, maybe it could be saying, you know what, you're right, I was wrong about this, or I never thought about that. It's about rethinking your position, because what happens a lot, that we see, where we see the shadow side of Aries, we see the shadow side of the first house. It's the house of the self. Aries is the self, the body, it's our personality, it's our ego, okay? And it's not easy to have to, admit we're wrong, or take a path that seems weak, because it's like you could see, if I did this, I could come out on top, and it's like I would dominate the situation. So whatever the situation is that comes up, it's getting you to take the path of the peaceful warrior. And that might be having to let someone else seemingly win. But whatever this is, if you're able to, and that could mean there's a situation and you're able to see, put maybe some ego things aside and say, all right, you know what? You're right about this. And it does not feel good with the shadow side of Aries, with the south node of the first house. It does not feel, and I know from what I speak, because I've got Pluto in the first house, okay, and Mars, all right? And it's not always easy, but I'm here to tell you that the strongest people on this planet are those that can show humility, can show forgiveness, and more importantly, can admit when they're wrong. That takes tremendous strength. And I feel like there's going to be an opportunity for you to do that this second half of the month. And you're going to be turning into, when you do this, what happens is that you gain this wisdom and you go to another level. I feel like a lot of you have the opportunity to go to another level in life, like to level up big time, okay? Now, on the timeline, you have the reverse Nine of Pentacles, okay? So what this is that this is telling me, this card has a lot of meanings, but this is telling me that in this situation, it is going to seem like you're not getting the win, okay, in this. And this is the final result of where you see it going. But what you're really doing, though, is the win is the what you gain from those around you, those closest to you. Because what I feel like is, I feel like that there are people and situations around you, when they see that you have this newfound strength to, you still have your, yes, your warrior spirit, you're able to go get whatever you want in life, and to set boundaries and all of these good, like, warrior type gifts, okay? When you're able to go this different route, that's where this leveling up comes from. But it seems like with this Nine of Pentacles, it seems like it's not reversed. It's not a win, because what this is that this is one of the meanings of this card is this lady in this garden. She seemingly has everything she needs. She is into falconry, a very expensive hobby. She has the leisure time. She enjoys her garden. There's plenty of resources and wealth around her. But one of the traditional meanings of this card is she is satisfied when it's upright. And there are times in life where certain paths, people do need to be alone. But this card is the lady being alone. And this is not a lifetime for you to be alone. It's a time for you to, as I said, partner up with people. And that's why it's reversed. But because it is going to seem like at first that it's not a win for you in this situation. How is the situation going to play out as far as, individually? That's for each of you. All I'm giving you the framework of what is going to happen. Okay, this is going to play out to where you're going to have the opportunity to level up in this way. Now, your two advice cards. Okay, Seven of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Cups. This is telling you that the patience that you're able to show and the patience that you're able to put forward in your life with those around you, with yourself especially, it's going to pay off in the sense that you are going to start feeling, and I saw this for you North Nodes in Libra for several months, to this energy of like, when you're able to do this, what I'm talking about, it's like an instant celebration or instant victory, okay? And the more I was processing this, because this kind of energy has been coming up for you for several months, okay? And the way I processed it was, okay, we know that Aries and the first house, okay, energy is, I want it now. I want it now. I want it, I want it yesterday. Very quick action, like I want quick results. And I feel like your reward, a lot of times rewards take, your reward's going to come quickly, because a lot of times rewards take a time to develop. When we're on our path, sometimes we don't see it right away. But for you, I feel like you will see it quicker. It's almost like the universe saying, like, I know you want this quick, and so we're going to give you, some quick results. So when you're able to do this, what I'm saying is you're able to navigate this and take that seemingly tougher road of, you know, looking at your relationships, reliving them, rethinking them, and making the belief adjustments that you need to, and also choosing a path to where you don't have to be on top because you're working with someone else and you're allowing them to also win. When you're doing this, I feel like you're going to be rewarded very quickly in this. And it's like, because this is going to encourage you to keep, okay, well, wow, I did this and I've got some pretty good results right away. So it's encouraging you to keep this process going. So yeah, when you take that the road that doesn't seem like it's the obvious choice for you, and you're allowing someone else, like I said, to be strong and to come out on top, that's how you're going to come out on top, and that's what you're moving toward. You're moving toward really leveling up if you want to take that road, and we all have free will. We can do that, and we can also choose the opposite road. But I feel a lot of you are really learning this, and it's not easy. It's not easy for you because in your inner nature is to be that warrior, which means I got to take care of me and my family and my immediate surroundings, and working with people in relationships is not always easy, but that's what you're learning in this, and that's how you're going to level up. But yeah, really good things. So be strong out there. Begin to transform into that beautiful spiritual warrior, the peaceful warrior that you have in you, and you're going to start seeing these results like fairly quickly. When you do take that kind of higher path. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you'd like a personal reading, there's going to be some information, a link in the description box below. I can give you some more information on that. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.